guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is a get ready with me to do this bold lip pastel look. This is the first video I'm filming since I got back from Europe, and I just want to play with some makeup, some new stuff, some old stuff. I was stuck with the same makeup the whole trip, so yeah, I just want to mix it up and tell you, you saw the caption about my ongoing thing that happened in Europe. So without getting too much into the story, let's get into the video. Before we get too far into the video though, if you have not already, I would love it if you consider subscribing to my channel. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would really love to have you back on the channel again. I'm so close to hitting 400 subscribers, and I'm really looking forward to doing another video with Wesley and doing another giveaway for you guys. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all of the things, and help the channel grow. All right, let's go ahead and get into the look and into this crazy story ongoing of my foot injury. All right, so like a lot of my get ready with me's, I'm not gonna talk a lot about the makeup, but I will leave listed in the description box everything I'm using in case you are curious. I'm so excited to play with makeup today, guys, because this is the first video I am filming since I got back from my trip in Europe, and I tried to be really selective about the makeup I took with me on that trip. I'll leave that video linked in the cards up here if you're interested in seeing what I took to Europe with me. This is one of them, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, making some good progress on this. But I realized like why I have so much makeup is because like after a few days of using the same stuff over and over, I'm like bored, if that makes any sense. Like I love switching it up and using different things, and so obviously I only used what I had because that's all I had, but I'm really looking forward to switching it up and using some other stuff in my collection that I didn't have with me in Europe. I got back on Friday night. It was 3:30 in the morning, so really it was Saturday morning. We were not supposed to get back that late, okay? We were supposed to be back in town where I live by like 10 p.m. Friday night, but the second flight that I had, like the connecting flight to get home, 5-hour delay. I won't get into details of that because I don't know that you guys care about, you know, boring airport delay drama. But all I have to say is if you're flying and you can help it, I would not go through the Toronto airport anytime soon. But overall, the trip was like an amazing once-in-a-lifetime experience. I knew it would be, that's why I really wanted to go. I spent 3 days in Italy and the rest of the time in portions of Greece. And I was gone for a total of 12 days. So I'm just kind of settling back in, and let me tell you guys, time changes, not a joke. Like I'm still trying to get back on US time. I'm on Eastern Standard Time where I live in Ohio, and Italy is 6 hours difference, Greece is 7 hours difference. So you best believe I went to bed at 8 p.m. last night and woke up at like 4 a.m. and felt like it was morning. So I'm trying to get back on my schedule here on time. I actually have to go to work and to school, even though it's summer. I've got like some committee work for the next few days that I'm going in for. So I'm gonna have to get up and be on kind of normal US time, even if my body's not really ready for it yet. So if you have any tips for trying to get back on the right schedule, let me know, other than like I've been trying to just like make myself stay awake to be tired so I can sleep when it's nighttime, but I don't know, it's still not fully working, but it's also only been, you know, 1.5, 2 days. So I'm sure in a couple more days I'll be back in the right time zone, or my body will be, so to speak. I don't think I'm going to talk too much about what I saw and all this stuff on my trip in this get ready with me, because I vlogged, like I took quite a bit of video during my trip. A lot of it is just gonna be like sights I saw and things, not a lot of me like commentary talking with it, just because the trip was with a group and, you know, not everyone wants to be in a vlog. So there wasn't a lot of, you know, me because I was with all these people. But anyway, that vlog's gonna be up soon, so I'm not gonna talk too much about what I saw because you'll see it and there'll be some descriptions and things in that video. But I do want to talk about something that happened on the trip that is gonna be ongoing for at least the next few weeks. And that is that, of course, clumsy me I hurt myself in Greece, of course. How long have I been looking forward to this trip? Some of you that have been following me for a while, you know. And on night 5 of the trip, this was a 12-day trip, so not even halfway in, I hurt myself and had to kind of deal with it the rest of the trip, and am dealing with it now that I'm home. So on night 5, we were staying in Athens in Greece. So the hotels in Athens were the smallest and my least favorite. But anyway, this particular hotel room we were staying in Greece, it wasn't all one level. So what I mean by that is all of the bedroom area was one level or height to the room. And then there was kind of like a step up, like a lip in between the main hotel room and the bathroom. So you had to step up to get into the bathroom. So I had seen this step and was like, okay, fine, whatever. But I don't know if I was just tired. I think I just really, what it boils down to is I was not paying attention. And that night I was not barefoot, but I was in my socks. I didn't have my shoes on. And it's like a 90-degree angle, right? So here's like the step and here's like the normal floor. So you had to like step up into it. And it was made out of, like, it had ceramic tile on it, but I'm guessing, I don't know if it was wooden or cement under there or what, but what your foot felt was the ceramic tile. So it was obviously really hard. So when I went into the bathroom for the night, I was just gonna, you know, brush my teeth, wash my face, all of that kind of thing. And I was just, I don't know, hurrying, like I said, not paying attention, something. But essentially I didn't pick my foot up high enough. So instead of stepping up into the next room, like here, I'll show you again. So here's the step. I didn't like stub my toe, this is my foot, like straight onto it. These are my toes. But what I did was I just didn't lift my foot high enough. So my toes didn't hit it, but my foot hit it like right here, like the ball of my foot, if that makes sense, like jammed right into that step as I was like walking, and it hurt so bad. At first I thought I did hit my toes just because of the pain, and I was like, oh my gosh, please tell me I did not just break my toe on this trip. And mind you, this was a very active trip, you guys. Like, we were walking, this is not my estimation, this is what the guide told us, about 5 to 6 miles a day. So I was like, please don't tell me I broke my toe and we have to do all this walking. And, you know, I'm in another country, and like I had my medical insurance card, but I was like, I don't want to go to the hospital in Greece. All this, you know, stuff's going through my mind. So then I realized my toes are fine, and it was actually like more of my foot that I hit, and it hurt so bad. I was like, okay, I didn't have ice, but we had a fridge, so we had like water bottles. So I had like my water bottle that was chilled that I was trying to use to put cold on my feet and all of that. So I could bend it fine, and nothing was like swelling or anything like that. It just hurt. So it's like, okay, I'll see how it looks in the morning, go to bed, whatever. So the next day, again, it wasn't swelling, but it did hurt when I walked on it still. And it did bruise, like up underneath my toes on the ball of my foot. So, and it wasn't the ball of my foot like under my big toe, it was like the ball still, but like under my little toes, if that makes any sense. I would literally just show you my foot, but I feel like that's crossing a line that I don't want to do on my channel. Like, here, look at my foot, that's a little weird. So just, you'll have to go with the description. I kind of was just feeling it out, like, okay, it's obviously bruised, like, we'll see if it heals, we'll see what happens, all of this stuff. And I just kind of dealt with it for the rest of the trip because, I don't know, I was like, what am I gonna do? By the time I got home, it still was hurting when I was walking on it. Not like excruciating, but just like twinges of pain. And I was like, I think I want to get this checked out, because it wasn't just hurting at the site of injury, it was kind of sending pains occasionally into the arch and heel of my foot. And I'm like, that doesn't seem good. And I always hear stories of people that, like, they hurt themselves, they think it's not that bad, and then they realize like a year or two later when they start to have some other issue that, oh, I did hurt myself and it didn't heal properly, and now I have issues because I didn't get it, you know, addressed the first time. So I was like, you know, I'd rather pay for an x-ray and be wrong and just, you know, be a big baby about it than that happen. So when I got back yesterday, actually, the first full day I was back, I did go to urgent care. It was a Saturday, so I couldn't go to my primary physician. By the way, for eyeshadow today, I'm using from Saints, Angels, and Sinners, the Follow Your Dreams palette. I'll link the video I did on this. I've been thinking about this palette since I left. Like, I've only used it that one time I filmed, and it's so good that I really want to play with it again. So I get to urgent care, I describe what happened and everything, and they're like, oh yeah, we definitely think you should get an x-ray. You know, people can get fractures from really stupid things like this, basically. So I get the x-ray, kind of wait around for the results and all that, and turns out, you guys, I don't know what's going on, okay? Because we've got some differing opinions here, right? So urgent care basically will take your x-ray where I live, and they have someone there who takes it, and they'll like read it and talk to you about it, the x-ray, the results of it. But then they also send it down to an actual hospital for like official results. So I don't know, I guess maybe someone is more trained than the other. I don't really know why they have two people read it to see, I don't know if there's differing opinions or whatever, which in my case there were. So this is definitely a to be continued story that I will keep you updated on as I know more and more. So urgent care basically said, first of all, I apparently have an extra bone in my foot that not everybody has. I think it's called a sesamoid bone. Some bones, some people I guess have one at the base of their big toe going into the ball of their foot. I have two. And according to urgent care, they believe I have a fracture in that extra bone that not everyone has. And they showed me x-rays and they showed me right where it was, and like I can see what they're talking about, and was like, oh wow, my gosh, I'm so happy I got this checked out. With that in mind, they kind of told me my options, like best case scenario, worst case scenario for the type of fracture and location that I have it. But ultimately, even though they were telling me like best and worst case scenario, at the end of the day, they basically said, you know, we're just urgent care. You need to go to an orthopedic doctor, like a specialist, to really for sure know what they want you to do. So I'm supposed to be going sometime this week, leading up to my engagement party, mind you, to figure out for sure what the deal is and what I'm supposed to be doing. So the reason I'm saying this is like interesting or opposing opinions or whatever is because after I left, I also got called today, and today's Sunday, by urgent care, and you know, they basically said, hey, we got the official results back from the place we sent it away to, you know, not just what the person here told you. And that person concluded that I don't have a fracture or any breakage. So I don't really know at this point. All I know is it hurts when I walk on my foot. So I'm also confused about what they showed me on the x-ray. That definitely looks like a break if it's not a break. So they said even if it ends up not being a fracture, I'm still supposed to follow up with, you know, the orthopedic doctor, because at the end of the day, even if it's not a break or a fracture, it's hurting when I'm walking on it, and that's a problem, you know, for whatever issue I'm having. So I can't schedule because it's the weekend, but tomorrow on Monday I'm supposed to call and schedule an appointment with an orthopedic person to, like, guess get another opinion to see, like, is it really fractured? Is it not fractured? What's going on? What do they recommend? All of that kind of stuff. All right, these shimmers are fine, and this is kind of a cute pink to purple duochrome. This is Miracle in here, but I definitely like the like more putty, squishy, textured formula, like this one, Harmony, versus this one that I'm using is more of like just a plain shimmer, other than like it's a duochrome, but like it's not really super impressing me the way the other formula did. I don't know, I never know when they do like these collabs, like is it the collaborator that chose to do these different textures and formulas, or to keep the price point at a certain point? Did the brand say like you can have this many mattes, this many, you know, flaky shades, this many metallic? Like I never know, and I'm sure it's different for every collab, but this is just like, it's pretty, but it's not as special as the other ones. Like I'm gonna take a little bit of Dreamer actually and tap it on top just because, see, that just adds so much texture and fun to it. I don't know if you can see the difference between this eye that I just tapped it over with and without in this eye. But I really like the other formula a lot better personally. I also didn't use, you know, glitter glue because it is more of like a smooth shimmer and not the textured one. So I don't know if that would have made it pop more or not, but I like this kind of soft purpley look. I've been doing all neutral looks during my trip, so I was just happy to play with something else. So yeah, that's kind of my tail. I fractured my foot in Greece. I'll definitely keep you guys updated after I go to the ortho to see what they say. But if it is fractured, they said worst case scenario, sometimes when you get a fracture, if the bone completely breaks off, they can basically have to surgically go in and remove the piece of bone that's like floating around, because it can be an issue with your tendons and things in there, and like you can basically shred your tendon on the sharp piece of bone. So that really freaked me out. Or you can have scar tissue heal and again mess with your tendons and have nerve pain, which I'm like, no thank you. I had enough nerve pain with my whole issue with my hip and pelvis and all of that. Like, I'll leave a video linked where I talk about that as well that I had last fall. Best case scenario, they said wear a post-surgical shoe, which I'm doing right now, like I'm wearing it as we speak. It's just like wrapped basically, like compression wrapped, and then I have like a flat-soled shoe so that I can't bend the foot at all, which they said the ortho might up it to like a boot and crutches, we'll see. And then just wear that for like 4 to 6 weeks and it'll heal on its own and be fine, which they said is most commonly what happens with this type of fracture or break, if it is fractured or broken. Remember, I still don't know for sure. Yeah, that was just like a little story time element from my vacation that was not planned. Wish it didn't happen, but I still tried to not let it, you know, get me down or make me miss out on anything. Guys, once again, I really recommend this palette. There's only a few left for pre-order in their shop right now. Again, this is the brand Saints, Angels, and Sinners. It's so good. Like, I think you should check it out. You would really, I think, like it. That formula that's like in here, there's only like 2 shades that I see in here that are like that formula. And again, it's not bad. It's just not as reflective as I would like for other ones, but like, look at these colors. And the liner is a shadow too from the palette. Very pigmented, very nice, very blendable. Like, I'm having such a good time with this palette. I'm sure you'll be seeing it again on the channel. But like I said, that was just like a little side adventure that I wish didn't happen, but it did. And I don't know, between this happening and like I said, my pelvis, whatever, last fall, I'm like, okay, apparently I turn 30 and everything goes to hell with my body is what I'm learning this year. Because I've never had any injuries or issues like this till this year. I also, you know, was like, I had lost like 7 pounds before I left on vacation, you know, on my trip, and was like throwing caution to the wind with that on my trip. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna be in Italy. Like, I'm gonna have pasta. I'm gonna have baklava in Greece, you know, living the best life. And oh my gosh, it was so good. You guys will see some in the vlog of the food. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna get serious and like, you know, back on my Peloton and stuff when I get home. Well, not exactly pedaling on my Peloton when there's the potential of a fracture in my foot, am I? So I'm, I guess, gonna have to either like postpone it and not care for longer, or really just rely on controlling what foods I'm eating to try to at least maintain the weight that I lost pre my trip. Cause yeah, I was making good progress and feeling good about it. And now I'm gonna be possibly in this, you know, cute little surgical shoe for my engagement party on Saturday. Which, okay, you guys tell me in the comments. I already told my parents. I was like, look, I'm gonna have to get real creative with a better story, because this is just like a clumsy thing that happened. It's not even like a cool story of how I did it, and it just sounds so lame. Like, I stubbed my foot on a barrier between rooms and fractured it. That's not a cool story in my opinion. But yeah, I think that's pretty much my whole story, guys. I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna put a little eyeliner in the waterline, little highlighter, little lip, and I'll be back to show you the final look. Alright guys, so I went for a bold lip for sure. I got these pastel lips from Kimchi Beauty just for fun, because sometimes I do like a colorful, weird lip. And I don't have any pastel lips like this. So this one is in shade Mint Chocolate Chip. It comes in this cute little lipstick that you like push the button and it comes out. Really opaque for a pastel, like really impressed. I think it looks cool with like kind of the pastel of the eyes. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm wearing like this greenish printed elephant shirt, so it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I really like it. And then I put a little bit of the Milani Hypnotic Lights holographic lip topper in Luster Light on top of it for a little like rose gold sparkle in the lip. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. I really like it. It's something really different, and that's what I wanted from this video after 12 days of using the same exact makeup at the end of the day. So I hope you guys like this video. I know it's kind of weird and like, it's weird to say I hope you enjoyed my story about possibly fracturing my foot, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. You know the sentiment. I missed filming, so happy to be back, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye!